You're going to put I'm in. And then the next flyer you're going to see is, so it's going to look like this. And on it, it's going to say Abs in April Accountability. It's going to say, let's stay together. Let's stay accountable and transform. Join the iRise community and keep yourself accountable throughout Abs in April. This is just you against you. No comparison, just progress. Let's iRise and win. Then it tells you to join the Facebook community. That's one. And then two, take your measurements and before photos. That's two. And then it says sign up and get my free 7-day sample meal plan. That's three. It's all on the tracking sheet. And four, it's going to give you a tracking sheet to track your progress. Everything is done for you. It's going to give you a link to my link in bio, and my link in bio by soon. Give me a chance because the link didn't work yesterday. It's going to have these forms too, but they're going to be on my page today when we get done. The other form is going to look like this. Let me go to my camera. Was trying to stay out of my camera because sometimes when you go to the camera on, it cuts the music off. Oh, it didn't cut it off. All right, awesome. Okay, so next up is this one. You'll see this one. Okay. Now it's going to have the dates on there. These dates are from the first one we made, but we changed the dates because we ended up going a week later because the site wasn't ready to launch until this Wednesday, I think. Wednesday. Nope, that's not true. Yesterday is Thursday, right? No, Thursday. This Thursday. So with that being said, we decided to pick my sobriety date, which is 4/11. The 11th of every month, I celebrate another 30 days of successful sobriety in my eating and my alcoholism and my codependency and Al-Anon program. And so it's the 11th today. So I thought, you know what? We're going to launch it and make sure that everyone is aware of Abs in April with Coach K. As you know, I used to weigh 470 pounds. I do not have the same amount of skin as everyone else. There is a reason, and there's some things I've done on the actual tracking form. It's going to show you what moves to do on what days of the week. All right. And then you're going to get it on that accountability sheet. It tells you how to track it. But then the other thing, thank you so much, Cassie. The other thing is you're going to get a little, it's going to be a different form. The third form is going to tell you my detox tea recipe that you can use while doing the AMP challenge, the resistance bands, and the vibration plate. So you want to add the detox tea. You might already be using it. Your resistance bands by iRise, the blue ones. That's what bands they're using in the photos. So as you can see in the photos on the phone, you see some bands. Those are our resistance bands in the demos. So you want to keep mindful that we're using the iRise resistance bands. So those are the bands you're going to get. And then the third thing you're going to do is drink the detox. So you're going to go get your Von BT and your Cleanse for Life. And for 30 days, you're going to follow this program. Waist is going to be down, cortisol is going to be lower, inches are going to be gone, energy is going to be up, sleep's going to be better, clarity is going to be open, fogginess is going to be gone. Freedom. All from Abs in April with Coach Kenya. So, Abs in April with Coach Kenya. When you see this post tonight after the live, it's going to go up. Let me see. I'll even go as far as go ahead and look. I can't yet because this is the old form, but as soon as we're done, I'll be able to get the form up for you guys. I'm excited because I think it's inside of our group schedule, but it's not outside. And we want to open it up to everyone because some people just need some accountability partners. Some people already got a system that really works for them and they just need some really good accountability partners. And so we want to make sure that if you're looking for a community that's not focused on before and after or the method, it doesn't matter if you're on the GLP-1, this surgery, pre, post, whatever it may be. Maybe you just need a way to get started doing something small and simple. Abs in April is going to do it. It's actually 3 moves a day, 20 seconds on, 30 seconds on, 20 seconds off. It's so simple. Wait till you see how simple. I've kept this challenge for you to have success and watch your waistline change. Watch your energy increase. And then you can just come back in 30 days and be like, Coach, did that, done that, you that. So with that being said, I'm excited to have you. I can't wait to drop the post. It's scheduled, I think. Yeah, scheduled for what? My time. So it's 6:04 here at 7. It's 7:15 my time. It's supposed to post. Okay. All right. So let's get into our reading. Here we go, guys. We got to do it. Hello. Let's get into our reading. Let's get into our reading. Yay. How are you guys doing this evening? Welcome in, everyone. My name is Kenya. Yes, that's me. 592 pounds. I know, right? Nope. At no point it says do that. Yeah. Base coat. under the light, top coat, under the light. Base coat, then polish, then top coat. Okay. Me and my sisters haven't. Girls are always going to be girls when you're really a girly girl because we are doing our nails on the patio. The wind is blowing. It's so breezy and nice. It's nothing like that resort life living. That feelings where you just can. Look, I'm on my water. I'm on my cranberry juice. I'm doing all the things. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right, here we go. We left off last in Dangerous Prayers. We left off last reading under such openness is the essence of this dangerous prayer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and finish page 152 and 153, and then we'll regroup, pray on that tonight, and then we'll be regrouping and reconnecting on Disturb Me, Lord, tomorrow, right? So tonight we're going to finish out the section in Dangerous Prayers under Now What's the Question? And we are on the last page. After reading this tomorrow, we'll start Disturb Me, Lord. And that's where we'll be kind of asking that additional push for God to send us, all right? All right, so where we left off, it said, now that the hearts of a person that God can use. Now that's the heart of a person that God can use. Such openness is the essence of this dangerous prayer. When Isaiah experienced the presence of God, he became aware of his own sinful brokenness. Through the seraph touch, though then the seraph touched his lips with the flaming coal, and God forgave his sins. Because of God's goodness, God's grace, and God's love, Isaiah's response was bold. Send me anywhere. Anytime, I will sign my name to a blank contract of availability. God, you will just fill in the details. Use me. My life is completely yours. May your will become my will. Your plan, my plan. Notice Isaiah didn't ask for any details. He didn't ask God where or when or what would happen. This is why this prayer can feel so dangerous. God, send me. Use me. I'm not asking for details. I don't need to know the benefits or if it will be easy or if I will enjoy it because of who you are, my God, my King, my Savior. I trust you because you are sovereign over the universe. I surrender my will to you, every part of me. Take my mind, my eyes, my mouth, my ears, my heart, my hands, and my feet, and guide me towards your will. I trust you. God, my answer is yes. Now, what's the question? Imagine if you prayed this way. And are you sick of safe prayers? Are you tired of living for things that don't matter? Do you despise half-hearted, lukewarm Christianity? Then pray the dangerous prayer. Here I am, Lord. Send me. Use me. Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Hey. He really, really moves up. That's what it says. Okay, anyways, let me stay focused. That was powerful. But it said only pray. Remember, we've been reading a series. So first, we asked God to search us. He was like, listen, God, you got to search me and know my anxious thoughts because I know that I'm messed up because you even said in the word that I was born impure, unright. So I have to constantly ask God to forgive me for my unjust thoughts, my unjust heart, my unjust behavior. So I'm constantly in the state of prayer. I'm constantly in the state of willingness. I'm constantly in the state of being willing to show up. And then I say, God, so search me. Search every part of me that may not be right. Any rationalization. And remember, there's a flip to this. Hold on, here's the flip. We're relating this to actually food. This ain't no regular just showdown, slow down, hold down type of thing. We were relating this whole situation, this whole circumstance. We're actually relating it to what we eat. Isn't that deep? We're talking about our nervous system being so dysregulated that it is pulling. I don't know why I froze like that. We're talking about our nervous system being so dysregulated that it's pulling us out of our ability to be close to God. Wow. Why would I doubt when he always comes through? Because what if all it took was a real surrendering? What if what was blocking us had nothing to do with food and had everything to do with our nervous system? And because our nervous system was so dysregulated, so anxious, struggling with depression, anxiety, and all those things that we just can't get through. What if what I need is not an absence of sugar, gluten, butter, salt, eggs, or milk, but an absence of anxiousness, sadness, loneliness, anxiety, depression, deprivation, lack, limitations, disrespectfulness, relentless rejection, loneliness, and abandonment? Always for the one. I'm only looking for those ready. Because I've already read this book like 4 times. I've already aggressively asked God to search me, seek me, lead me, send me. He sent me. I'm in my purpose. Are you in yours? That's my question. Because I'm in my purpose. I'm actually doing it right now. Making sure that people understand that there's a brain-based disease that you're at war with. And until you understand that your brain requires a total transformation, a total nervous system renewal, you'll stay on the cycle. I want to get you free from the cycle, but it ain't me. It's not me. Because he said he will always leave the 99 just for you. So you've been sitting around forever thinking something's wrong. It's not that something is wrong with you. Your nervous system is so dysregulated. That's why you keep getting up in the middle of the night eating. That's why no matter how many surgery times you've had, how many injections, you tried all the injections, you still can't keep the weight off no matter the what, baby. It's your nervous system. It's not you, baby. It's your nervous system. You have to get it. You have to get to the root, not root. Get to the root. You got to get to the root of the problem. Because without me knowing that the root is dying, I can keep renewing the buds and the plants on the top. But if the soil that I keep burying plants in is poison, is tainted, is toxic, I'm going to keep producing toxic fruit. I'm going to stay stuck. I'm going to stay unable to move, unable to shift, unable to transition. I'm going to stay stuck. Because what if it's not the crumble cookie? What if it's not the DoorDash? What if it's not the fried foods? What if it's not the trans fat? What if it's not the restricting? What if it's not the purging? I can't say those things. What if none of those? What if it's truly the dysregulation in your actual core, your being, your existence, who God made you to be has become disrupted by the circumstances in which you've lived in? What if it's in you, not of you? What if it's not what you're eating, but what's eating you? I'm just saying, I'm just giving you a new perspective. What if it doesn't matter how many calorie counting things you try because it doesn't change your nervous system? It doesn't matter how many calories you burn in the gym or how many weighted vests you buy or treadmills you walk on or how much you shake the weight off. If your nervous system doesn't get an adjustment, no, neither does you. The propensity will chew will still thrive because we've been addicted to chewing from the womb, baby. We didn't wake up with a chewing dependency. We was born into it. It's just some of us go left while others of us go right. But from out of the womb to the kuma, we use bottles to soothe, calm, and help. Who's that? I'll open the door. My nephew. When he come home from his game, I bet he's tired. But what if? I'm just saying. What if? Just what if? What if? What if in the picture, well, for me, it was my story. It was all of those things. For me, it was all of those things. It was all of those things. All of those things. I was literally chewing my way through the pain from my past, but doing it today. I wasn't still in pain, but my nervous system thought I was. So I was doing the one thing that had been successful my entire life. Eating to survive. I had been sucking bottles to survive since I was a preemie. Come on. Do you understand? Hi, Carla. It's so much deeper than that. So if you get nothing else from me, get the understanding that this is deep. This is at the core. There's a root issue, a root. There's a root we got to get to. And if you're ready to get to the root, I want to help you get to the root. because there was nobody talking to me about anything other than counting calories, weighing my food on a scale, and going to the gym. There was no one explaining to me that the nervousness that revved up in my body made me need to chew, and that's where cravings were being driven by the neurological and actual habitual pathways that have been created in my brain to survive. It was deeper than that. Got to be saved. Always for the one. What kind of God is this? No. It's only when you do a top coat. If the top coat is tacky, their top coat isn't tacky. You'll see.
It's a base coat.
I know. Polish goes on top of that, so why would you wipe it out? But sometimes a top coat can be tacky, so you do have to use a little alcohol. So once you put your you could, the 70% is over there, I think. You know what? I can't find the wand for the cat eye. It don't cat eye the same without the wand. Do you have any magnets on the refrigerator? You don't have no magnets on the refrigerator.
I just got that board thing up there, but it ain't gonna work.
It don't have to be strong.
Yeah, it do. I like the cat eye from last time.
You have something metal in it, I'm sure. It just needs metal. We need a magnet.
I'm gonna find a regular color.
So you don't have no magnet in the house.
You don't lie.
It's okay if I won't lie. Right? Oh, I have a question. See? I have a question. Does it really take a caloric deficit to really lose weight? I wouldn't say it's a caloric deficit. I think the transition of calories for some people is effective. So it's not that they eat less, it's that they eat differently. So if I go from eating 24 calories that's based in more nutrition, vegetables, good vegetables that contain what's better for me. I'm trying to make sure they don't block me. And then my meat is more protein based, right? If I'm eating things, I can still be eating 2,400 calories a day. I'm just eating 2,400 calories differently. So no, it's not always true that a caloric deficit is the only lose weight, because I wasn't in a caloric deficit. I've always eaten between 2,500 and 3,500 calories a day on my journey. I always have, because that's what is required for me to burn enough visceral fat and build lean muscle. So I never was someone who sat around like eating 1,000 calories a day, because what they kept explaining to me is that I needed to retrain my metabolism. Well, how can I retrain my metabolism if I'm starving it? If my metabolism only works when it has food going toward it and it's activating the enzymes to break down food, then if I restrict the food, then aren't I only training my metabolism to be lazier? So shouldn't I be eating more calories, but a different type of calorie? Your body doesn't know what a calorie is. You think it does. That's the first problem. That's why you can only lose weight so far, and then you get plateaued and stuck, because the body learns that all you're doing is starving the fat away, but it's not really always building that mass muscle. And unfortunately, you have to have high power protein in today's human body to actually synthesize and have enough bioavailability of the protein for it to actually even be ingested and absorbed to be protein to turn into visceral fat. So if I'm only eating 800 calories a day, but I'm supposed to get 185 grams of protein, that's impossible. There's no way to stay at 800 calories a day and actually get the proper amount of protein. People weigh like 200, 300, 400 pounds, and they be saying they only need 90 grams. That's a lie from the pit of crack. Protein is based on your body weight. So if you're in 300, 300, and 400 pounds, you actually need more like 160, 190 grams of protein. Some of y'all ain't getting nothing but 40 or 50. So the battle isn't really eating less for you. It's eating smarter. Wellness, that's weight loss. Calorie deficit is weight loss. We don't do weight loss in our community. We do wellness. So we're based on training the body to actually recognize food and do this job that it was supposed to originally be doing in the first place. We want to renew the body. We want to rebuild it, right? We don't want someone that was diabetic. You're so welcome, baby. We don't want someone that's diabetic just to get their AC1 low on the GLP-1. We want their pancreas to be healed. So I'm going to have them actually on a nutritionally healing protocol while they're on the medication. I'm not going to just be focused on their weight. Because if I'm just focused on their weight, then I'm setting them up to come right back where they came from. And I don't want them to go back. So I'm going to be pursuing a constant pursuit of how can I help this person heal their body? What do they need to add into their system or program so that they can actually heal it? So not only is the AC1 not only is the sugars not as high, but the AC1 begins to become lower, the pancreas begins to heal, and now you no longer have what you have is a history of it, right? Because we did enough healing where the body becomes normalized, not like almost neutralized to properly function. It's not that you're cured, it's that you're now living in the health zone of this ailment that you have. I still have the same terminal hypercoagulation. I'm just not living in the disease of it. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, lovely heart, welcome in. Hi, is this Sassy? Hi, hey, Sassy. So either way, it just depends. Now, say for example, let's say you at 400, right? But you don't want to have a lot of sagging skin. So you can't see some of these things, you guys, is about you can't have your cake and eat it too. Because if you want to not have a lot of sagging skin, you can't be in no calorie deficit trying to get 180 grams of high power protein a day in order to build enough lean muscle to burn the visceral fat to keep it off long enough to turn it into solid muscle within the body to shape and form and tone the body. So you got to pick your poison. Because if you're going to be taking creatine and protein and drinking drinks, all they got calories in it, boo. You can't be talking about I'm on 1,000 calories a day and you drinking 17 profi coffees, 2 creatine back or before the gym, creatine after the gym. You pick a poison. What we doing? Get on the side. Get on the side and ride, right? Because when we know the science that works best for our actual bodies, because what worked for Mike might not work for you. But when we understand the size of our actual bodies, you will be amazed how your body begins to change, how it even begins to form and look differently on your journey. He really, really moves up. And I have on a move on with some shorts. I mean, I'm chilling comfortable. I found a picture today of when I hit 116. This is the sister that was at my home. Remember I weighed your suitcase? And I got on the suitcase after how much did it say I weighed? 116 pounds. Never thought it was possible. I couldn't believe it. I kept getting on and off the scale. I thought it was broke. She's like, no, that says 116 again. And I got off. I got back home. She said, no, that says 116 again. And I told y'all that a while before that I went to the doctor and they told me I was 122 pounds and I couldn't believe that. 116 pounds. I was so frail. So frail. It was not good. I immediately started bulking up. I immediately started drinking my performance protein immediately. Because I can't if the skin gets too thin, the metal begins to rub against my skin and causes sores. So I had to immediately bulk up. I mean, I was trying to bulk up quick. I was doing what I could. You're so welcome, baby. Any other questions? Final question of the evening. Going once. Going twice. I get your rice. I get your right. Going one. Going twice. Get your right. I get your right. I going once. Going twice. I get you right. Y'all good? All right. Well, I'm going to hop on off. I'll see you guys tomorrow when we do the same thing. Inspire, love one another, high mindful, love on one another, and believe that a power greater than us can free us from any circumstance that we may be going through. There is nothing too big for God. Nothing. No matter what it looks like, how long you've been there, is nothing too big for God. Nothing. No matter what it is. Sending you all massive love. Have a beautiful Saturday. I'm your girl, Coach Kenya. Have a good night. Don't forget to rise. So glad you leave the 99, always for the one. So glad you leave the 99, always for the one. Hi, Paola. Hey, Kimberly. I remember when you. All right, guys, that's all I got. Let me get back to work. Love you guys. Good night.